Hello everybody, my name's Lissa. Welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first kind of episode called Advice in Life, where I just kind of share a little bit what's going on in my life. It's kind of like a vlog, but not like following around with me, just me talking about it, Because as someone who's really bad anxiety, social anxiety if we want to be, very specific, life just looks weird. I'm just not like, you look on Instagram and you see those high schooler kind of pictures, if you know what I'm talking about. That's not me. This is real life somebody who's not like very many other people, or maybe who is a lot like other people and I just don't know that. So I'm just gonna talk about this week. So Monday, okay, well, with this week I had speeches in English, which I haven't given mine yet, because we had to just draw a number out of a cup. Whatever number we got is the order we went in, and I haven't had to do mine yet, which is really nice, to say the least. I think my biggest issue, which I'm pretty sure I mentioned in a different video, my issues with choir. Choir is just becoming more difficult for me. I've always seen choir as a class where I can just go, be me, and not have to worry about anxiety. It's just the one class that I always thought that I can just go to, never have issues, And now that I'm starting to feel anxiety in that class, and it's just not right. It's not me to begin with, but it's anxiety in a class that's supposed to be fun. It's just, and especially something that I've never personally had to deal with before. It's getting difficult. I think it all kind of started when I started getting really pissed at the teacher, because I'm in an all-females choir, and we can be technically an SSA choir, but most of the songs we've done so far are just SA. So the way that we kind of get split, because there's 10 girls in total, we have 4 altos, 3 sopranos, and then 3 seconds, but the 3 seconds usually get split where one of the seconds turns into a soprano, and the other 2, which I'm one of those 2, that it's a second that goes to being an alto. So whenever it's just an SA kind of choir music, then that's kind of how we get split. Otherwise, then we usually stick to the formal SSA. A lot of the times, though, the altos complain. There's only one of the altos that are not one of the complainers. She's a senior, and she's an absolute angel. But the other 3, oh my gosh, they get annoying fast, and they just complain. And part of one of the songs that we're singing for our concert on the 21st, oh my gosh, it's really frustrating, because originally we decided, because they weren't doing amazing, it's not like I would be oh, that's amazing, but I don't want to be ooh, that's bad. The teacher decided to turn into solos. I got picked for one of them, because they got turned to 2 solos, and then there was 2 other parts in the song that turned into a solo, and then another solo. And then they started complaining that they're oh, there's too much solos, and these 2 people stick their lines. But one of the lines that I share with, because it goes me and then directed to another person, and then the other 2 solos are later in the song. So the other person who was doing a solo was also an alto. She was not the angel one that I was talking about. The angel one was still doing, the angel person that I was talking about is doing a different solo in the song. But it was so weird, because after all their complaining, the teacher decided to give in and let them get their part back. And then she talked to me about it, you don't mind, do you? I promise I'll give you one in the future. It's what do you expect? Do you think I really could possibly say no to you? What does me saying no gonna do anything? It's not gonna do anything. I'm not getting that solo. So, yeah. So that was the start of it. And then we come to here. Let's just say, teacher, frustrating, confusing. It's whenever a mistake is made, I hear someone next to me make a mistake, say the wrong word on accident. Of course, an accident. There's nothing wrong with that. We're practicing. She looks directly at me, stops the song, continues to look at me, and says, or I don't remember what she said, but it's she was redo that, and probably said the word that it was supposed to be said. But she was looking at me. Obviously, she thought it was me, because why else would she be looking straight at me? She didn't look at anybody else, she just looked at me. So it's did she expect me to be the one to always make mistakes? Granted, I'm the only one that sings loud in that choir class. No one else sings loud. There's barely any people. Because how we have it sectioned is we have the seconds, altos in the middle, and sopranos on this side. I can hear the sopranos, where I'm over here and I hear the sopranos, but I can't hear the altos. except for the angel one, not the other 3. That's how I decided to classify this. I can hear her, but I can hear all the sopranos, but I can't hear the other 3. The other 3 that are closer to me, I should be able to hear them over the sopranos, but I can't. They still get the solo. That's number 1. Or not the solo, I guess it's not much of a solo anymore, but they still get the part, because they go up to the microphone and sing into the microphone. So they still technically get the part, which is already weird in itself, but choir teacher wants to play that way, she can play that way. It's just not the point. She always thinks that I'm making mistakes. And it's also like, she doesn't make it like constructive criticism. There's a difference between giving someone constructive criticism and like trying to tear someone down. I know this teacher's intentions because I had her last year. Like, obviously her intentions aren't to bring like any student down in general, but it's getting to the point where like it doesn't feel like constructive criticism. Like, whenever it gets told, it just kind of comes off to the point where like I don't take it as constructive criticism. It just feels hurtful. And especially when it only gets directed to me, I'm like, I know she wants me to become better because I know I'm not amazing, but I know everybody else in that room isn't amazing either. Like, it's not like at all of the 9 people in that room that everyone's gonna be amazing. Like, I know that's not true. But it just feels like she's always targeting me. And I don't know if she's wanting to push me harder, but it just doesn't feel like that. It just doesn't, okay? We're like almost 7 minutes into this video, and you guys have been just hearing me blabber about how choir's been challenging, but that's choir. What next should we talk about? Well, I can talk about tonight. Or, well, before I talk about tonight, I should probably talk about how I got a job. Yay me! I still have to do like some job shadow stuff. You know, it's like I have 3 training days, and I have to go into like some special classes since I'm working in a nursing home. So like, you have to think it's a health field, so you have to like do regulations like how to wash your hands properly. Yes, there is a way to properly wash your hands. If you've never heard about that before, there is a proper way to wash your hands. I learned it in one of my classes this year, and I kind of forgot, so good thing I'm going back to learn because I gotta know that because I'm gonna be cooking. No germs, people. I become more of a germaphobe since COVID started. I used to never be a germaphobe, but now I am. Nasty germs, keep them away. So that's pretty exciting. On Wednesday, after I got out of school, and also I'm in a club called the FFA. So my dad picked up the fruit that I had like officially sold. So, you know, that was good timing. He was able to pick me up, and then we went to the building, got my shirt and everything. Thursday was an embarrassing day because my shirt that I got 2 shirts, and they're both like 100% cotton, which means they're probably gonna shrink. Actually, not probably gonna shrink. They are going to shrink. And my mom was worried that they're gonna shrink too much, that it would look really bad on me. So she made me go back into the building, and I got a different shirt from the supervisor or like boss. She wasn't there this day. So one of like the working ladies unlocked the door and got the shirt, and it was like a zip up shirt with the cover. And I was like, oh, no. Because the name tag, like if I put the name tag on, it was like sitting like this, about to hit me right here. Actually, it was pretty much hitting me there. I was like, yeah, it looks stupid. I'm working in a kitchen. Why do I need a long sleeve crappy? And it was a little bit long on me, and it was 100% polyester, which means it's not going to shrink at all. So I have this long crappy thing on me, and it's not going to shrink. It was so embarrassing having to go back into that building and ask to get the old shirt back. They let me keep the long one, but like, I couldn't tell you how embarrassing it was to just straight up walk back into that building. It was so embarrassing. I know it worked out fine, but it was just embarrassing, to say the least. Now we can talk about today. Today, been an interesting day so far, I guess. During personal finance, I literally could just do whatever I want because I was already done with everything. So I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I'm in a club called HOSA, and I'm trying the competition. I'm going for dental terminology. So I like spent like over an hour working on those dental words. Oh my gosh, they are so hard to memorize. I can maybe do like a session where you guys can see what I have to memorize, but whew, it gets aggressive, and it gets aggressive fast. But today, since I was already talking about the choir stuff, my mom had emailed the guy, or this, not the guidance counselor, the social worker at school. you know, during chemistry, I got released early, or not released early because I had to go back to class afterwards, but I went to class, or I went to her office, and we kind of chatted a little bit, and since I don't really have, like, anyone to eat lunch with, like, not on my A days I do, I only have one friend. I know, I'm a lonely, sad person, and, like, please be my friend. I only have her for A day lunch. Sadly, she's in my choir class. And that's sadly because if I want to drop out of choir, which I'm not thinking about it, but if the teacher wants to push my limits, I will. So, yeah, that would be sad. I don't want that to happen, but like, so the social worker, she ate lunch with me today. We played Uno afterwards, so happy. Well, that's a bit of news of my today. I finished my driver's ed work. Woohoo! I spent the last 2.5 hours working on driver's ed. I don't know what got into me because I was towards the end of week 18. Well, maybe not towards the end. I was like halfway through. I guess I'd do better. Halfway through week 18. So I had to finish week 18 and then finish 19 and 20 to completely finish it. And my computer, this is my school computer. It's charging right now because it's almost dead. This is my school computer. My actual computer is behind where the camera's right now set up. That's my home computer that I just got. But that's my school Chromebook. It's at 5%. I didn't charge it last night, but I've been working a lot today, so fun time. So thank you for watching Advice in Life. Yeah. See you guys.